Hey, and welcome to the 91 Day Business Spotlight Live. I'm your host, Jonathan, and today I've got with me Dave Montgomery from Australia, and Dave's going to be sharing with us a bit about his business. So, Dave, let's dive right in and tell everybody here a little bit about what you do and who you serve.
Dave Montgomery, 52 years young, from Sydney, Australia, married with 3 kids. I'm a quality mind global mind mentor. I've got a business partner, Amrit Satana. We're in the process of rebranding to also become Grant Cardone licensees online as well as in Australia and the UK. And we'll be rebranding to something else. So we'll be helping people with not only their life, their business, but also sport.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That's fantastic. Exciting to be getting associated with Grant Cardone and what he's doing. Obviously, a major player in the industry. Tell us there you go. Oh, look at that. You got your 10X, you're ready to go. That's fantastic. I love that. I love that. He's so well known for that. So talk to us a little bit. You're in Sydney. I haven't been there in quite a while, but it's a beautiful city. Tell us a little bit about where do you work with people at, Dave? Do you work around the globe? Do you try to focus on Pacific Rim? What type of any geographic limitations at all? And you know, who's someone that you can help out in that area?
Thank you, Jonathan. I do help people out predominantly in Australia and New Zealand. My client avatars who I specialize in are other Daves, other busy dads, people that are potentially entrepreneurs, small business tradespeople that feel as though they're by themselves. They've potentially walked past the mirror and they haven't recognized the person that they've just seen in the mirror. And what do you know? It was them. They actually they don't recognize themselves. They've been too busy looking after other people and they haven't been looking after themselves. So they work with me. I'm accredited under Quality Mind Global. We've got a satisfaction guaranteed program that we deliver that is 1 hour a week, 7 minutes a day. It uses community. It uses an app. It'll be like having Dave Montgomery in your back pocket. And it's a group that you tend to do it in. There is one-on-ones that are available. And it's more than just listening to a podcast. It's more than going to a seminar. The premise that that differentiates us from other programs, it is personal activation. It's Jonathan helping Jonathan, but with Dave's help.
I love that. I love that. And I know how important it is for all of us to have a coach that we can work with to help us work through that process and to shortcut that process of us learning how to do that on ourselves and be able to have some guidance along the way. Tell me a little bit about Dave. How did you and Amrit get into this and what caused you to decide this to be an area to focus on?
So I've actually been it all started out working on my sobriety. Both my grandfathers were alcoholics. My mum was a shopaholic. My dad was an enabler. I was a gambler. And 20 years ago, my wife, I had a friend introduce me to a thing in Australia. It's, I think in the US, you call it a 401k. And I had a friend introduce me to a self-managed superannuation fund, a 401k. And for a gambler, that's unfortunately the worst thing you can do.
I imagine.
Period of 6 months, $8,000 Australian gone. I bought a pinball machine. I bought some other junk. And what do you know? I put the rest through either poker machines or sports betting. My wife opened up the bank statement and said, "What the hell have you done? Where's it all gone?" And I was straightforward with her. And what do you know? My wife gifted me on that day. She gifted me a ability. She said, "You do it again, me and the girls are gone." The next day, I went to Gamblers Anonymous. I was part of Gamblers Anonymous for 2 years. A leader in Gamblers Anonymous. It was very much about the addiction. It wasn't potentially what led you to the addiction. Sorry, I've got someone now. People are seeing me on the chat, and they're now ringing me.
Not a problem.
So anyway, so I went from GA. I was still fine. I was still sober. I was accountable to my wife. My wife was in control of the money. Then I decided, geez, I need to do a little bit more. So I actually found a thing called Grow. And Grow, again, is a worldwide program. It's a 12-step program, but it's based around mental health. And similar to GA, NA, things like that. I did that for about 2-3 years. I became a leader in that. And then it was almost as okay, well, I've got a flavor of sort of how things are done here. But once again, that was sort of in the leading up of my 30s and 40s. And life was good. I was still with my wife. I've got my kids, but I was still once again a busy dad. Life was happening to me, not life was happening for me. I wasn't making life happen. So unfortunately, there's a bit of a trigger warning here that we come up to a bit of a dark time. And my disabled son, his girlfriend committed suicide. And unfortunately, that was a bit of a dark thing for the whole family. At the time, I was working in a old boys club environment, doing a retail project, and unfortunately, they had you hang out at pubs or you do all these things. And for a very dark time in my life, unfortunately, I relapsed, and after being sober for so long. And that was, I relapsed for, I think, a week. Unfortunately, I didn't go through too much. Once again, I was straightforward with my wife as to what happened. And it was on the 25th of April, 2017, that I recommitted to my sobriety. But I was then 47 years young. And then I said to myself, as I get older, life is going to get tougher. Life isn't going to get easier. So I then actually found myself a coach. I joined some men's groups. At the time, I was 30 kilos heavier than what I am now. And they were predominantly sort of fitness online type programs. Once again, I became a leader in those communities. And whilst all the different things I've done for myself with growth, yes, there is a facilitator. Yes, there is someone else's program that you're doing. But I tend to find you actually learn from other people that are going through their own journey, their own recovery, their own growth at the same time. You learn as much from the other people in the group as what you do from the actual facilitators. So the best thing I did then was that I continued to work in those programs, became, again, a leader in some of those groups. And then I'd say 3 years ago, I found a thing out of the US called Andy Friesel, 75 Hard. And so what 75 Hard did, it basically upped the game and taught me about, well, hey, not only have you got to have a coach, not only have you got to do these things, but you've got to start to get some daily habits about yourself. And the best thing out of Andy Friesel's program, 75 Hard, was that I started reading, and I was never a reader. I hadn't read a book for 35 years. And the first book I read was James Clear, Atomic Habits. That
Great book.
Changed my life. I still, to this day, for the last 3 years, I've been reading 10 pages of nonfiction per day as part of my daily routine. The second book that I was wise enough to read, that I was recommended by someone, was this one, Stand By. "5 a.m. Club." Sorry if that comes up mirrored the wrong way.
No, you're good.
And so what the 5 a.m. Club then taught me was that we've all got a limited amount of time. We've all got only so many things we can do. But what do you know? When you then grasp that morning routine, you own the day, you own the morning, you tackle the day before it tackles you. Man, I'm now in the driver's seat. I'm now making life happen. And once again, 10 pages of nonfiction a day, getting up at 4:30, 5 o'clock every morning. That's why Amrit and I are about to become Grant Cardone licensees today.
Well, awesome. I love that story. That's fantastic. Tell me, Dave, if people are intrigued by your story and they want to figure out how to connect with you, what's the best way for them to reach out? I see you've got the website up on there, davemontgomery.com.au. Are there other ways that'd be good for them to reach out and connect with you?
Any socials? We've actually got a community called We Refuse to Lose. but we're changing. We're rebranding that. We refuse to lose. It's predominantly sort of tradespeople, business people, sort of people bouncing back from relapse or family members that have got sobriety or addiction in the family, and that'll still be a key pillar of ours. But we've then got some other client avatars, other markets we'll be working towards. Because at the end of the day, I'm a businessman. I do work in tech sales. I do work that is either business to business, business to consumer. So people will find me just about anywhere on any platform. I do have my own personal brand website, davemontgomery.com.au, and happy to give. Happy to have a free discovery call with people. And yeah, it's all about them committing to themselves that they want to be better, and they'll do it with my help.
Well, Dave, I really appreciate you sharing that and made it very easy for everybody to reach out and connect with you. I appreciate you explaining what they can expect when they do that. That's fantastic. And I just want to encourage you, Dave's come recommended to me by a mutual acquaintance of ours that's actually in the Philippines. And really appreciate the opportunity to meet with you, Dave, and learn more about what you're doing. I want to encourage you, if this Dave's message has resonated with you, reach out, have a conversation with him and see how he might be able to help you live a better life as well. If you're watching this and you're an entrepreneur or you've got a business and you'd like to be part of our 15-minute business spotlight, please leave a comment down below. And right next to where I tag Dave so you can connect with him, you can let me know you're interested and we'll get connected just like Dave and I did and give you 10 to 15 minutes to tell everybody about what you do. So Dave, thank you again for your time. I'm grateful to have the opportunity.
One
And
parting
please,
comment.
absolutely.
The program that I am part of, Quality Mind Global, it is a worldwide program. There's more than 30 Mind mentors around the world. They're not all Dave Montgomerys. They're not all Jonathans. They're not all Amrits. There's because like anything, you've got to resonate with different people.
Absolutely.
So the key thing that we have is that our program is based on accountability, belief, clarity, and direction. And that's relevant to anyone, any walk of life, any nationality. And I do encourage people that even if they maybe don't want to connect with me personally, reach out to Quality Mind Global up in the top corner. It's qualitymindglobal.com, and you'll find a whole list of my mentors. It's not multi-level marketing. It is a satisfaction guarantee program. It's not just come and have a quick hit and sort of feel good. It is sustained, proven, repetition wellness that you'll do with our help.
Fantastic. Well, thank you again for sharing. Thanks everybody for joining us on this live. And as you've heard, we're doing 91 days of taking businesses live just like this and promoting you guys. We'd love to have you be part. And we thank you for joining in and watching us live or on the replay. With that